I think what happened is they definitely cut off. We already knew they cut off like August because there were other people that had their August runs cut off. Like if they gave me 7.9, what it look what that amount worked out to on my stats was that they cut off the last 2 weeks instead of just the last week. They actually cut off the last 2 weeks. So I think we can't keep anything reactive unless maybe a baited arrow. I don't think we can keep that though. We need to find plays. As soon as Lex wants to go to bed, Sunglaze shows up. How you doing, son?
Prove your worth,
Purr. Can't think of much reason. Well, there are reasons not to pre-bump, but I think we should just pre-bump. Pre-bumping plays around, like, you could like demon fire it or something. We don't really get punished, like if he... The punish would be like he heals it and he also more coils this. That would be the punish. I used to change averages sometimes when they messed up and people complained. I heard it was like people complained, but it was like the people that got them to change it, it was like Dreads and Hafu. You know, like, so like I'll never get enough attention, right? But if there is a way to try, I would certainly try. But yeah, like we don't get any attention from Blizzard anymore. I can mess some Blizzard people on Twitter. Yeah. Who do you think it would be, like, the same people, like Ixar, Mike Donai, or... Who else would you even ask? He seriously just... How... I guess I can't imagine how we would punish him, but... It still just feels so... Like, it's 1 damage. I feel like... There's gotta be some way you would get punished for that. Like, it just seems like not worth the risk of 1 damage, but I don't know. Could actually unleash to keep this up. I doubt it's worth it though.
Ready, sir.
I kinda wish I kept that baited arrow right now. If we had baited arrow here. Ben Broad. Chris Atlas. I've not seen this name before. Community manager for Hearthstone. Okay. Can try. This guy has no respect for basilisks, man. Actually negative respect. I'm afraid, like, with him having so little respect, I'm afraid he has a, like a Dread Infernal. I don't know. I feel like I just don't want to, like, do anything. Doing anything about it seems to not be a good idea. Let's see, I'll try to see if I can get Mr. Chris to respond. Yeah, I forgot about that. He would have suicided anyway. There's one place for us here. I wonder if I can get him to respond and just see like, hey, by the way, do any of you guys know who does the leaderboard and who we can talk to about where the leaderboard goes? Don't know if we want to test our luck that much though. It's a whole team, from what you know. It's like, I don't know, like, I mean, I used to work with data. Well, I still, on Monday I start my new data job. But like, you know, this, like, it shouldn't take them a team to do that. One intern should be able to do the data pull for that. And like, I imagine what it is one intern does the data pull, or one analyst, whoever, whatever. One guy does the data pull, and then that should just go straight into someone's email box. And then I think probably the way they have it set up is that another person needs to actually can't even hero power without playing. If I want to play a minion, would probably play a Threshadon over not doing anything though. So what was I saying? Anyway, so one person does the data pull, that goes into someone else's inbox, and then that person actually writes up the blog post. And then once they write up the blog post, it goes to someone else, and they probably have to translate it to all the languages and whatever. And then once it's translated to all the languages, then someone else has to actually put them onto the website. And then there might be another person that actually puts, once they're all on the website, actually makes it public. So, waiting on the data from our analytics team. How are they working on it if they don't have the data yet? I guess that means they're just writing up the blog post. So they're doing like step 3 while step 1 hasn't been done yet. That kind of makes sense, I guess. But yeah, as I said, like the system I just described, I bet is really close to what they have, and I just mentioned I had like what 3 or 4 handoffs, you know, and like any of those handoffs, like if there's just a missed handoff, it could add a week or 2, you know. So handoffs inside of corporations are just nightmares. It adds delays to everything.
The light shall bring victory.
Let the hunt begin.
Because anytime you do a handoff, you have to get someone else's attention, and then it's probably not their primary responsibility. They probably have something better to be doing. Which, I mean, sounds exactly like what we think is going on there, right? They're all busy making tavern brawls and constructed stuff, and they're like, what's that? What, arena? What? What are you talking about? What is that?
Someone call for the
Wow. How many 3s do I have? I have 4 3s, I have 3 other 2s. I guess the odds aren't that good for this deck. This is still a little This is still below average though. I'm Hunter's marking that, aren't I? Maybe not. He's gonna heal it.
I wonder.
I think we actually just don't have a choice. If we don't mark it now, it's not going away. It's gonna kill our 2-1. And then it's still gonna be there. And then either we double trade into it next turn and lose 4 damage, or it just doesn't go away. This is an issue.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I am free.
We can get rid of that thing while we can. That was pretty good for us. That was probably about as good as it could have gone. That's smite. Yeah. Okay.
Eyes are open.
We'll see if we have more 7 drops than he has in Tombs. That's the real question here. I imagine Divine Shield is probably the best one for him. Playing the Warbear allows us to push face with everything. To play the Threshodon, we have to at least trade into the 1-2. Might have to trade into the 1-3-2. What? Uh oh. He doesn't know chess. Holy shit. He doesn't know? Oh wow, it's even... That's good too. I don't even want to play this. I'm almost... like, I'm scared to play this card against Priest. At least like we wouldn't have to worry about Shadow Priest right now, but it makes Mass Hysteria worse a lot of the time. And we miss a hero power too, obviously.
Bask in my radiance.
Really good against conjured mirages though. Didn't think about that one, did I?
You have been.
Rexar versus Uther. I will fight with honor. Let the hunt begin.
Respect could be good, but we're already keeping one reactive card. I would rather try to find our 3 and 4 drop.
Prove your worth, curse.
It's so annoying having 2 of these cards. Like, anytime you play this card, you're like, well, this is gonna cause me a problem later. I'd rather just have a Mermy. Good old Mermy. I don't know what to do here. All of our plays are terrible. Our candle shot was a desert spear. It would be so good.
Stand down.
I don't think we can win doing this. But I mean, what else are we gonna do? We could like candle shot Hunter's Mark. And now we can actually candle shot Hunter's Mark.
Stand down.
Guy's like, I don't have to trade. 3 is greater than 2. Yeah. He had that, he didn't do it. He didn't do it last turn. Yeah. That might have been why. Alright. It was fair enough.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I actually need to hit with the weapon right now. We have to unleash next turn. So hitting with the weapon gives us an extra hound. It should anyway. We'll see. Alright. That's a card. Too slow to help us, but it's a card.
I hunt alone.
The interaction works with Unleash. It's like normally you want to Unleash before you trade, but now you're forced to do it after. We've kind of swung the board, kind of. So much for that. Oh, actually. Dragon Slayer is good sometimes. Yeah? Now we actually swung the board. Good ol' screw you card. Oh my god. Okay. Could also play Warbear, but this leaves us a 4-6. The other play leaves us a 5-1. A 5-1 is kind of easy to deal with. Guy's deck has been pretty good. You can definitely say that. Not a bad card so far. We played a Ravasaur runt and a Golden Scarab. But, yeah. Not the worst Baron Geddon ever here. We just Warbear. Means if we Warbear, we get to push 4. Or otherwise, we just don't. Runt is good. Yeah, it's fair. Well, he hasn't had that much spread, to be honest. It's just we started out slow. But he had a really good opening. I don't think his deck really spreads that much. It's just he kind of high rolled his draw.
Reporting for duty. Life is an afterthought.
Result's kind of the same no matter what we hit. Might as well hit something with more attack. Okay, his deck is nuts.
Reporting for duty.
Good thing we have a hunter hero power. And he needs 5 to kill us, so I mean we do die to pick rock. There's no way he also has a pick rock. That would just be too much.
The victory is
Yeah, like that would just be that'd be insane. If he also had a pick rock, like the only way he could have made his deck any better would have been to just like one of these cards, like instead of the runt, or maybe instead of the scarab, make it a steed. That would be the only way. Yeah, like his average card was like bucket 3. I think his lowest bucket card, well, it was the Scarab and the Sun Fury Protector. Sun Fury Protector isn't really under bucketed. I think it's bucket 6. Yeah. It's kind of a snag in its bucket. I mean, that's my point. Like, Sun Fury is a really good card. It's one of the better 2-drops in the game, but it's in a bad bucket for some reason. There's a lot of 2-drops that are under bucketed. Like this one. I think this is also bucket 6.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
You don't remember the buckets? Yeah. I don't remember the exact buckets either. It's like I'm just like, yeah, I know kind of what cards I see it around. I know like Rockpool Hunters usually, because it's usually in a really cheap bucket for sure. My god, we're getting wrecked. Oh, never mind. Because it's like, for me, it's like, I kind of know like top 5 buckets relatively well. I don't know like 4 versus 5 very well. But like, I know like bucket 6 is like cards that are cheap, but you know, they're still not auto pick. But if a card's in bucket 7, you're like, well, that card's probably gonna be, and it's not garbage. That card's probably auto pick anytime you see it. So that's kind of the difference.
Get these off of me!
And at least we get another Basilisk. We literally could not draw less useful card. Problem is, like, he's just gonna play the Scarabs, you know, and we're gonna have to Baron Geddon. Actually, we can't really even. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is really awkward. We just drew super light. Oh. Okay. This is kind of fine then. Alright. Actually worked out really well for us. Dude, and now we get 2 Hunter's Mark. We've had 4 poisonous swings. And then we also draw both our Hunter's Mark. It's funny because I feel like we've been... Well, our deck is pretty awkward, right? So, like, we expect to draw a little awkward, but we've drawn, like, really, really awkward for our deck, I feel. But we're still winning, so... And that's just, like, I think that's just the card quality of the deck kind of carrying us. He's played this right into a Basilisk, by the way. What the hell? It's 3-0. Do we ever Fire Plume this so that we can push 5? I want to just put this out. It's fine. Because we develop a 7-5. I feel like that's better. You gotta clear out the poisonous minion with your 5-9 so that you can play your 5-11. I see how it is. He actually probably didn't have another play. It's just kind of the issue with, you know, drafting those kind of cards. Sometimes you just kind of get memed. I feel like he didn't... I don't know. He kind of wrecked himself, though. We had kind of the perfect answer, though. A couple times. He took, like, a line that just happened to play right into exactly what we had. But, like, he should never die that game, because, like, we missed, like, 8 mana. Like, between turns 3 and... Or, like, turns 4 and 6. We literally floated, like, 8 mana. I'm keeping this card now. Screw it. I don't care anymore. We haven't had this card, and I really wanted to have that card on curve.
Ah, hello there. Greetings, traveler.
Prove your worth, cur. Allah, stand down.
We might not even play the candle shot. Sometime. We're probably going 3 into 4 into 5 now.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Wow. Guy just got annihilated.
Stand down.
I don't think we can trade into the... Too much damage.
Stand down.
Alright.
Ah, hello there.
It's fine. So we get the Beta Arrow. If it wasn't a Flame Ward, I would think we were going to, I don't know. This is fine, man. I think we're really far ahead.
Can stop me. Nothing.
That's enough from him. I think you would probably be Meteor, honestly.
Another soul to consume.
One of those games. I think we just baited here, honestly. It was all a plan. That's one way to use your Taskmaster. Activate your baited arrows. He can't really take any minion damage again, but he's gonna have to spend another turn board clearing us, so... Or he has to taunt and hope it sticks, but... Good god. His deck is just so nuts.
I hunt alone.
I was gonna say, which would be funny, is like you could almost just give him a Baron Geddon, but he's gonna just run them into each other. Whew.
Greetings, traveler.
Nothing can stop me. Nothing.
I don't know about that.
Nothing can stop me. Nothing.
I don't know if we actually play this right now.
Nothing can stop me. Nothing.
I've had enough of that. I want to have the more guaranteed face damage. He's gonna oh yeah, he's gonna puzzle box anyway. I forgot about that card. We'll see. I mean, he obviously needs to heal, right? It's not that likely to get healing off of that thing. Oh shit, that was scary. That shouldn't save him. But he can maybe heal 2 here, right? But no Hunter Secret can stop this thing from going off. He's currently emoting us. So,
Interesting.
yeah. Huh, he found lethal. Hello, Mr. Destructoid, how you doing?
Rexa versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Let the hunt begin.
You doing well? Good to hear. We are doing well. We are finishing up the Asia run, which will hopefully count, because apparently runs don't always count, but maybe this time they will count. We'll just keep minions, I think. This should be run number 30.
Prove your worth, cur.
I'm on Asia. Yep.
An incredible discovery!
I'll just lag. My PC is probably screaming right now.
Stand down!
Let's probably copy. What do we want to do? We just kill this. And what else are we gonna do?
I wonder.
Give him this and go phase. I only want to play this though. Probably better to just do this. Because I want to play both of... I want to combo these. I don't know. Maybe, 'cause we might play this instead, so maybe,
Pay attention,
keeping the
class.
4 is better, but... We don't really have a bait arrow target, so... That makes it less good.
I've got more left in me.
Stand down!
Think I should kill him? Yeah. I should probably try to make his life points hit 0. Seems like a good strategy.
I wonder.
I heard you tend to win the game when that happens.
What to do? What to do?
I'm ready to learn.
Time runs out on me.
Feature value, and he has a coin in his hand too.
I'm ready to learn.
The way he did that really makes it look like a flame ward. The way he wanted to do it. Well, no, he killed that thing though. Maybe not. I don't know.
Of course.
probably just play this then. Like, if we do this and it's counterspell, like, holy shit, we get wrecked, right? I don't know. I mean, if we do this and it's mirror is fine. If it's like runes, it would suck too. But playing Baited Arrow would, if it was counterspell, would just immediately lose us the game. Or this sucks, but it doesn't immediately lose us the game. You like the emote? It's pretty good.
What to do?
I kinda need to draw like a playable card here. He gave himself one less 1/1 on purpose. That's a card. I think he was playing around Unleash. I don't know. He might have just screwed up.
Don't mess.
It's not a counterspell. Good old bait arrow face. It's not as fun when you can't overkill with it though. It wasn't possible to overkill.
Rexar versus Magni. For Cosmodan! Let the hunt begin.
No, on that turn, like there was definitely no way because we didn't have any other cards that dealt damage. Holy shit, we actually drew a half decent curve. With this deck, I'm not sure. And we have 4 3-drops. Obviously, if we coin 2s and then we don't draw a 3-drop, it's pretty catastrophic. But
I wonder.
I think we still go for it.
Quickly.
Oh, we got it.
I've got more left in me.
Yeah, Warrior is good cards. It's just it's hard. Well, I mean, it's easy to see how you make a taunt deck work, obviously, but like, just in general, it's hard to actually put together like a super. That's a mistake. It's hard to build a deck that works super well with warrior cards, just in general. in Arena. Unless they have, like, it's because you just, you know, the warrior class is typically built around having certain board clears. You just don't, you don't reliably get them in Arena. So if you don't have the enablers to your deck, then it just doesn't work as well. It's kind of the problem they have in Arena, typically. It's kind of the same reason Priest isn't better than it is. Oh. Okay. I guess I should have fire plumed his face. I could have, I probably should have known. I wasn't sure what he was gonna do there. Like, I was assuming a weapon or something, but yeah. Scorcher made a lot of sense. But that might have actually been a really good reason to do that. Let's do this. If, next turn we have these two. Sucks to have to trade this much, but yeah. It is what it is. Was Warrior the best class in Arena at some point? I think they were the best when they had Super Collider. It was like the initial meta, they had Super Collider, they were absolutely the best, dude. I really don't want to mark that thing. I really want to mark an actual taunt. Because Warrior was the worst class in the game in Arena for like 3 years or something. And then they gave it like a completely broken, they gave it like completely broken cards like Super Collider and stuff. Broken for Arena specifically. And then it went within like, it went really quickly from being like kind of a joke to being like super overpowered. I think we lost. It's unfortunate, I guess. Double Scorcher is just going to be really good against us. But unless there was a read. We could have taken the read there. If I had taken that read, if I was paying more attention, I guess maybe we win this game. But if we don't get that read and go off of it, we lose 100% of the time. Can we kill this even? If we had one more mana, we could actually kill it. Probably your best hand. We have to trade this way. Oh, we can't play around execute. There's no way. We beat an execute anyway.
I wonder.
Good. I forgot to do this action. Yeah, fuck. Queued up too many, like something lagged. So he should be at 8. Shouldn't have this. Yeah, I might lose us the game. My actions got caught up for some reason. Not even sure.
Hunt alone.
We're actually gonna get a better Grievous fight as a result of that. He actually got Armadillo off of Stonehill. Yeah. Issue. So we never get through that, right? So whatever. Even if he had 5 less health, we still never win. Because we would have actually had less on board anyway. We'd be at 7.
I wonder. Are open.
Was my best draw there. We don't really have a best draw. I don't think there's a sequence of draws that would win us this game. But I'm staying in. Our best draw might actually be Misdirection. But he literally can never attack us in the face. Actually, that doesn't even work. I'm pretty sure we can just leave. Actually, we wasted our good RNG there. Yeah. Right. I'll stay in, I guess. Because like the only way we would have won would have been if he had 5 less health, and then we draw like Baron Geddon into Baited Arrow. Because we can never get a minion into his face, and we don't have like that's our best burn is those 2 cards. There's only 5 damage. Like yeah, like we were never gonna kill him anyway. We would have needed exactly what I just described to have happen. Holy shit, he's actually taking. He's healthy enough, he can take a little bit. We can't even kill one time. If we had actually drawn like, we drew really light too. Like if we had actually drawn our late game, we missed every late game card in our deck. If we had drawn our late game, we might have actually just won off of value, but you know that obviously didn't happen. Our deck shouldn't be winning a lot of games off value because our deck's pretty light, but his deck didn't actually have a lot of value. The only reason he had value was because he got the Armadillo. And that turned his 2 drops into 5 drops. You know, we would have, if he didn't have an Armadillo, we probably still would have won off of value.
Let the hunt begin.
I don't think we can keep Baited Arrow. We just need minions to play in the early game. Well, it's unfortunate. Nice. We can push 1 damage per turn after turn 3. It's a miracle that we're 6-1 with this deck. It was a miracle that we were 6-0 with this deck, because like every early game has been just so awkward. Because like we've been floating mana all over the place, but like we've been against people that are like have worse early game than us apparently, and also don't have healing or taunt. That guy just actually had taunt, you know. So it's a miracle that like we didn't already have 2 other games that went like that. This is gonna happen. Question is if we ankle bite her or we Grievous bite. Could probably ankle bite her. So we can actually get a 2-1 out. We can try to push damage.
Let me in, man! It's my turn!
Why? Weird that he would even want to do that. I'm actually not sure if we take this trade. We probably do. Maybe not though. It just plays around Holy Nova a little bit. Oh, kind of a lot bit. I'm okay if he's gonna Holy Nova. Well, that's a card. Oh. That probably just lost us the game. I don't think we come back from that. Yeah, I guess I could have thought about that specific card. That was the only card in the game that would punish us, I think, though. We have to trade a lot now. Yeah. Kinda need any elixir would have been bad, I guess, but we specifically that one was the nastiest by a lot.
For the king!
Really? What? Does he know that our Baron Geddon doesn't damage itself? I'm not sure if he knows. I mean, based off that play, he doesn't know. It might be he's trying to set up a Primordial Drake. That was a top deck, so that wasn't his plan. He either didn't know or he just made like the worst play imaginable. I mean, it literally lost him the game. Like, I feel like this game was completely unwinnable, and then suddenly we stuck a Baron Geddon somehow. We stuck a Baron Geddon while he had 3 damage on board and 2 Fire Plume Phoenixes. So I don't know how that happened. That was quick. Yeah, it's because he took 20 damage from a Baron Geddon. Baron Geddon kills people very fast because it deals 9 damage per turn. It's like a Core Hound. It's almost you don't see Baron Geddon's stick on board very often. It's because they're so threatening. And also it's a 7-drop that only has 5 health.
Rexa versus Jane.
Reminds you of Flappy Bird.
You asked for
Reminds me of Core
Let
Hound.
the hunt begin.
Oh. That's crazy. It feels like games are really easy today. It's probably just because, like, it's, you know, basically the end of the expansion and just people... It's probably just like good players aren't playing anymore. What does that say about me? Uh-oh. Misdirection is low bucket. Yeah, it was like... I think it's bucket 7. It should be a low bucket because there was a time where they removed misdirection from the game because it was so bad. They literally, it was like one of like 7 cards that they removed from Arena. Because they, literally Blizzard's words were like, this card is a trap to new players. Because they think it's not a horrifically bad card when it is. Like Misdirection and Snipe I think were both removed. Even though Snipe wasn't that bad. It was still kind of a trap though. People still think, you know, 2 damage for 2 mana 4 damage, that seems really good, but it's, you know. And it's funny because there was a meta after that where Snipe was actually pretty good. Because, you know, like Snipe would be terrible in this meta because you don't have a lot of 4 health minions and you have a lot of like, you know, crap like, you know, scarabs, you know, stuff that eats taunts up. And at the time, I think when they removed it, there were a lot of Divine Shield minions too, so they also made Snipe really bad. But after they removed it, there was a meta where there was just like all the 4-drops were 5/4s and stuff. So like, and all the 3-drops were 3/4s too. So like, Snipe would have actually been like really good, but it just wasn't in the game. I guess we baited Arrow. Hard to pass on a baited Arrow that's castable, honestly. Like, we could also just play Smith. We can kill this on board, but I think we just take this. You could bait arrow the taunt if you really want to push 2. But, and you leave a 2-1 up, you push 2. But you take an extra damage on here. You lose a health on here, you push 2 damage, and you leave him a 2-1. It could be good. It honestly might be better, it just depends on what he has, what removal he has. It would have been worse against Scorcher, it would have been significantly worse against Scorcher. So. Time compared to explosive runes is pretty bad. Yeah. The fact that explosive runes deals damage is a huge amount of its value. Because mage can always ping people down. Like, I mean, if Snipe dealt overkill as damage, it would be broken. It would be actually broken.
what to do.
Revenge of the Wild can be insane. It can. It's hard to get value out of typically though. But like obviously, like if we can just trade this guy off, then you get a 2 mana 5/5, it's really good, you know. The dream is I still haven't pulled this off yet. I've had like 3 decks with this combo and I still haven't pulled it off once. Kind of speaks to how hard of a combo it is to pull off. But if you can just get a respawned Warbear, it's dirty.
Time runs out on me. I wonder. long as it keeps out arrows.
Okay. Damn, can't even kill off our 5/5. I think if we play a 2/3, it might just make it easier for him to trade this off. I don't know about that. I don't know. Might just be me, but I feel like you don't want to give us access to that thing. In case we have something like an Amani Warbear by chance. Like, if anything, I would have, like, pre-hit this thing over what he overhitting phase. If I was him.
What's this one do? I tried this.
Oh my god. So that actually removes the card from the deck, so we don't have... That's one Blizzard he doesn't have. But, we're 6 turns away. That's a long time for us to live, especially with him having Archivist up if he has more AoE in his hand. Because, you know, like, if he has a Flame Strike and he knows it, then if it's his only card, then all he does do is ping this and it's a full clear. But you imagine, even if he has a Flame Strike in his deck, it's probably not his only spell, but you never know. Could play Yogbox. It could play Yogbox. A little terrifying.
I tried this.
I could backfire. Ooh. I like it. I guess we just push everything. One of the issues with this card. Play against a mage with 4 Flame Strike. Kinda gross.
You want it? I got it.
Hopefully he doesn't have more spells in his deck. Or if he has a spell, it's just like a fireball or something. Okay, well, no secret saves him right now, I don't think. That should be fine. If it's Flame Ward, this is enough. Also, Revenge of the Wild worked anyway. I don't want to. We don't need to do the math for Vaporize. It's just. Yeah, since we had the Revenge of the Wild 2 with the Hounds, no matter what we do, even if we attack with the 1/1, we still, and it's Flame Ward, we still have lethal. I just want to make sure if it was Vaporize, we would have the extra damage, so we didn't. I mean, we had I mean, we were way over lethal no matter what. The best one from Road would have been Ice Barrier. But... He had 12. We had what? I think we might have been one off with Ice Barrier, through Ice Barrier actually.
Versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Do I know when Arena will rotate? They're supposed to announce something today. In the next few hours, maybe. So, I mean, given that they haven't announced it by now, doesn't look like it's happening today, so. Or, I guess it might be. Today is Friday. Like, they might, it might be Tuesday. Because that's only a few days away. Yeah. There's a fair chance it'll be like Tuesday, but we'll see.
Job's done.
I don't know what I was thinking. When they did the blog post that said they would do an announcement today. I don't know why I assumed it was on a
Reality woven.
why this announcement was on Tuesday. Today's a Friday, not a Tuesday. That might matter. We'll have more to share on this spooky event on October 4th. Yeah. We unleashed it. Might honestly.
The sands of her sculpting.
Oh fuck. Oh, he had the coin and he didn't use it immediately. So these things, you need to kill these immediately. Well, like 90%, 90+% of the time, just if you can kill it, kill it. Because those things can give Reno and stuff, so it's like you don't want those things existing if you have the ability to stop them from existing. We could do like this and this, or we can do this. Don't think I like this as much. Although, you know, it could set up our candle shot really nicely.
I wonder.
I think I do like this. You can make pretty strong rationalizations for all three of those plays, I feel. Yeah. Forced to poly, so.
Hunt alone.
don't think we coin hero power. Not double coin hero power. Seems a little much. We might have better uses for it later.
They all bend to my command.
Coining this doesn't do much. Could have enraged our weapon if we wanted to. If we knew that it was Flame Ward, we could have actually done that. Traded with the 1/1 first. There was no guarantee, right? But like, could have traded with the 1/1 first, then put the Smith into the Flame Ward, and we pushed extra damage. Pushed 3 extra damage that way, actually. Yeah, we didn't know though.
Ready, sir.
I think it's worth the coins now. Flame Strike actually is a full clear. Because he still has his coin. That's what you don't want to do, like not use your coin ever. And coin on the turn that you're getting lethal, most likely. It looks like we don't have it.
Join the guild. We have cookies.
Eyes are open.
Kind of annihilates us. Playing this is probably just as likely to hurt us as it is to help us. And he needs to heal, so we do actually die to Power Blast. If we get Power Blasted, he has a Tempest spell too. That's the Tempest spell. It's actually Power Blast. Okay. Well, it's not. That was bad order. Probably doesn't matter though. Dude, you missed sleep.
You win.
Where the long queues start. It's like peak time in Asia though. Like evening. Yeah, 9 and 1's pretty high, I guess.
Versus Valera.
I guess it is.
Watch your back.
Let the hunt begin.
The thing is, like, These are both like pretty bad cards against Rogue in the opening hand, going second specifically. But we've had trouble having just anything playable. I think we need a better hand still. Maybe we could have kept just the farce here. Maybe that would have been better. Would have been better with what we got. Just, you know, turn 3 is our hole now. Yeah.
Blood and plunder.
Get the voodoo doctor back. Gonna have to bone raise. This is at least something playable. So. But if we just had a Farseer there, since he is a 3/3, it would have been pretty into our 2/3. It would have been pretty garbage anyways. So. Would be better than a 2/1. Pretty awful. I need that we play this because it just trades for a dagger charge. Obviously, we're playing this thing into a 3/3, but we have a baited arrow to recover. But yeah, if he can heal the 3/3, we just straight up lose immediately. Even then, that 0/3 is gonna block our 5/5. That's what I was saying is like, holy crap, okay. That's good for us. Wow, okay. He had the instant win, but he didn't take it.
Dark One snuffs all.
He didn't know. The card. It's a bit tough for him. Because he has reason to be afraid of the 4/6, but you know, his trade would be better with the 5/5. For how bad, we've had a lot of games like this where it's like, for how bad the early game went, we are in a pretty good position. We're still behind, but you know, if one thing goes poorly for him, he might just die. Okay. I can kind of live with that. Is he thinking about not trading? With how he's been playing, if he all of a sudden doesn't trade here, it'd be kind of interesting. To be honest, I mean, he's at 30 health, so he could consider it. It would be really inconsistent with how he's been playing this game so far. Warbear would have been better against the Walk the Plank. That's the one thing.
Your magic shall not save.
Okay. I can live with that. If we want, we could mark that. We could mark Ankle Biter, clear that way, but I think we just play Warbear. Maybe healing the taunt was better because of that card. I guess it's technically better. Healing the taunt was better against... It was worse against Warbearer, but healing the taunt was also better against Pitcroc. Kind of a pick your poison thing, you know? Healing the taunt was also better against Walk the Flank, but we already kind of tested that. Yeah. We had the Hound lethal. Maybe raid. I misplayed. I should have played the Hunter's Mark last and tried to queue up all the actions immediately. That was the play. It's crazy. I've had so many games today. Like I've had like we've played like how many games today? 13 plus 12 plus 11 plus 11. 36, 47. We played 47 games today. And I want to say like I've had like 7 or 8 of those, like 20% of those games basically have been games where I felt like we were in completely unwinnable situations, and then either our opponent does something really dumb or just usually it was our opponent doing something really dumb, and then we just win. I actually forgot we had this card. I was happy forgetting that we had this card. Gotta use it later. Card's usually better early game. I mean later in the game, I think. Don't really want to play this right now. Play this, he just trades and pings. And we can't even equip this thing, so kind of stuck. We could play the misdirection and hope that he plays the minion before attacking, but he probably wouldn't. And then you still have to win the 50-50. That's why misdirection is just such a bad card. So you play it on turn 2, it does literally nothing a lot of the time. That's a problem. I don't know, like, because we could like pre-hit this, but does that do anything? It doesn't freeze you, by the way, because freeze doesn't work when you're immune. But like, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing this game. I don't know how we win right now. Wow. Damn. We can do this, or we can do these two. What are we hoping for if we do misdirection? So even the minions hit each other, it's not really good enough.
Join the guild. We have cookies.
Prove your worth.
If we got we had Hunter's Mark here. Like if we had Hunter's Mark and Unleash, we'd be in a pretty good spot. But we need like all 3 of those cards, and we only have 2 of them. So like we can't even top deck one of them. You know, we're completely dead. Fade Arrow's good here, obviously. So like we're less behind than it looks like we are, but I mean we're more behind than it looks like we are, just looking at the board. And we're already really far behind. Like our board's like 3 mana behind. And he has 6 mana right now, so we're like 9 mana behind and we're down in health. And our hand is kind of our hand will get good eventually, but I don't think we're living that long is the issue. If he takes like really bad trades, we can win. But I mean, we've had a lot of people play really badly, and I doubt someone at 10-1, you're kind of optimistic. You're expecting them to play badly. He's had that in his hand for a long time. But he hasn't really had to play it, because he's had the water elemental up anyway. That was actually a pretty weak turn. I mean, considering he ate our weapon and stuff. And besides that, like...
Stand down.
Sign now.
But I was saying, like, expecting him to have, like, kind of slow himself down and have a pretty weak turn. Considering he used our weapon, that was the best we could have hoped for. There's no pressure on us anymore.
The sands of a sculpting.
Uh-oh. That's a problem, though. Like, Warbear makes intuitive sense, like, if you, at first glance, like, first instinct would be a Warbear, but it's like, if he has no spells, if he has no damage in hand, Warbear's good, but otherwise it's really bad. So,
I wonder.
I think more realistically, this is gonna be significantly better.
What to do? What to do?
Considering the fact that he just threw the sculptor out like that, he might not have anything. Ooh. He could get really scared, maybe.
Run with the candle. Suffer!
Kind of, I'm just bluffing explosive trap now, honestly. 10 and 2. A little early, but I mean, you're not wrong. But hey, Robotron, how you doing? We have a bot and a Robotron here. It's interesting.
What
He's
to
gonna
do?
feel silly when he realizes it. I think he's not going phase. Typical stream. All the Mr. Destructoid. Excellent. Oh my god, no. No! No! Shit. Yeah. Not the worst possible RNG there. Close. Oh. That's unfortunate. We're probably dead to something now. Even if we try to protect this, it still dies, right? 6-5, it's still dead, so... I should have killed this one instead of the mech, but whatever. Probably not gonna matter. We still have a chance. We really don't. We have no realistic way to win. It's like he can just ping us 6 times. And we're never getting there. I don't even think we can't even like kill all of his stuff. So there's literally nothing.
Well fought. I concede.
If he had positioned differently, we could have cleared there though. Why I usually don't want to pick Revenge of the Wild. Yeah, I know it was up against bad cards. I don't remember what it was up against. We had one game where it was good. That game, I mean, it was just some below average card. I don't think it would have made a difference. Maybe though. It would have been closer. I think we like if it was just like a 3-mana 2/3 or something. It would have helped. It would have helped it being actually castable, but we still probably lose it. We probably just lose a little later. Very good hand.
Prove your worth, cur. Prove your worth, cur. Stand down.
Handle it!
Holy shit. I guess we unleash this.
Get these off of me!
Haven't seen Raid Leader. It's whenever you forget that the card exists, that's when it pops up. And your worst nightmares happen. I feel like this deck is just the games it's won, which has been, you know, like 10 of our 12 games. It's just been our 2 baited arrows have just completely carried us. Like, every game, it's like there were a couple games that Baron Geddon carried us, but it was mostly most of those were assisted by baited arrow too. There's a chance. I don't know. I don't think we need to coin the hero card right now. Just like we might want to use it for something else. We'll probably have the chance to coin a hero power. Like I was thinking maybe this turn, but it looks like next turn we can Baron Geddon coin hero power. So it works. Usually ping this guy if we want. Do we? Maybe. Might do it. How's he gonna deal? Oh, he could deal 5 pretty easily. I don't think we need to be that cute. It's like we have a 4/6 here, and then we get the 3 damage weapon, but we give him a pick rock target. I think this is fine. Sometimes you do ping your own guy. But the times where you ping your own guy is usually times where Amani Warbear and Pit Croc aren't in the game.
Rexar versus Gul'dan.
Another Warlock, nice.
Your soul shall be mine. Let the hunt begin.
Kinda want to keep baited arrow, but it's probably wrong still. As much as it's the only way we win games.
I've got more left in me. Life is an afterthought. I'll take you with me.
Yeah, Warlocks can do good against Hunter, but they have to kind of draft like a very specific way, which is kind of like the way I draft, honestly. I mean, it's the way most people draft, right? You just prioritize healing. Well, some people draft, a lot of people just draft like Hardcore Zoo, which is... Hardcore Zoo also works pretty well against Warlock Hunter typically. It's just that you have a lot of self-damage, you know, that can kind of backfire pretty easily, you know. It's another... Man, if we had Baited Arrow there, we would just win. Little late. Still good though. It'll be good next turn. Maybe you don't. Maybe this. Maybe he'll be afraid to snipe and you won't play the optimal minion. He's kind of already, especially with that, he's kind of already taken too much damage. So. What do we even play here? Like, too many good options. Bait Arrow's really good, obviously. But I kind of want to save that for face, honestly. But if we're playing a 7-drop, it means we're not hero powering. It does feel good to get Thresh out. This is just a better board play. But we lose the baited arrow for face. But we get to hero power, so we get 2 of the damage back anyway. I guess it's good. If we lose board completely, then this goes phase 2. Well, maybe. Probably not. It might just be a sudden betrayal. How many times has our Dragon Slayer gotten Scorchered? I feel like a lot. Perfect. It worked. That is just lethal. Yeah. We kind of got the easy matchup for our deck twice in a row at the end. And this wasn't the same guy, was it? Easy game, easy game. Alright, so that's the end, that's the end of our leaderboard run for Asia. Actually, we have Forest Overwrite, so I might do a few more, but I'm done for today, I believe. Yeah, so we'll probably try to do another 4 runs on Saturday, I guess. Yeah. I think I will do that. Open these. We got a golden. Wait, we got a golden Dune Sculpture and an Ozari. Alright. But yeah, I might as well try to overwrite those. Right now we have a 7 point. What is this? I think it's a 7.63. They're pretty. That should be a pretty good average for Asia. Last time a 7.67 was number 20, so that should actually be pretty good. So we can, as I said, we have 4 4s to overwrite, so we might actually make that better. We could get to 8 maybe, actually. That would be pretty sick.